How's it going, folks? This is Wayne Art, back with another lesson. I'm looking at a technique lesson today. I've called this lesson Ashcroft Your Chords, named after the great Richard Ashcroft of the Verve. Now, the way that Richard writes a lot of his songs, he uses a lot of major chords, but it's what he does with those chords. He does these little embellishments, turning into sus chords and things like that, that makes the chord sound huge. So I think it's a great thing to have a look at and get down. Inspire yourself, try these chords out, maybe try and write some of your own songs. So I thought I'd knock a lesson up, just talking about some of the little embellishments he does around some basic chords. Like I say, it makes your chords sound huge. Now, thanks for your continued support. Thanks to everyone who's subscribed. If you are subscribed and you haven't done already, a further way you could help me out is setting that little notification bell up somewhere down there. Also, the Patreon thing, if you want to sign up to that, and it gives you access to all the chords, lyrics and strumming patterns to a lot of the the song lessons I've done. There is plenty of Verve, Richard Ashcroft stuff up there that you can go and check out if you are a Verve or Richard Ashcroft fan. And you just sign up for as little as a couple of quid a month or however much you can afford, and it gives you access to all that. And a lot of the other technique lessons as well, strumming patterns, scales, the blues stuff, the stuff to sort of coincide with that. So I'll put a link in the comments, also a link in the description if you want to go and check that out, so please do. Another way that you can help me out if you want to, please go over and give me a like on social media. So I'm Wayne Art Guitar on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and now also TikTok, as you always say. I'm trying to get down with the kids. Anyway, that's enough of me rambling. Without further ado, let's get to it. Okay, so I'll just point out for this lesson, my guitar is in standard tuning, okay? And we're just going to look at some basic chord embellishments today. So the first one is going to be an E chord. So I think most beginners know, an E major chord. Now, a nice little embellishment, and I know he does this on Bittersweet Symphony, on the acoustic version. He'll add a E sus4 in, so you take the E chord, that's just adding your little pinky, that will be on the 2nd fret on the G string. So it should sound strumming all the strings like that. So it's nice to get this going from an E to that E sus4. You can hear that lovely embellishment there. Okay, now we're going to move to the D chord, so this is a D major chord. We can do a D sus2, that will be taking the 2nd finger off. Give it a slightly different tonal quality, and we can also do this keeping the D chord on, adding the little pinky on the 3rd fret on the top E string. So if you hear those embellishments, you've got the D, D sus2, back to the D, D sus4. Okay, so that's a nice one, that's to do around that D chord. Then we're going to go to an A chord. Now, a good one to do around the A chord is, if you're doing the A chord with your 1st, 2nd and 3rd finger, move the 3rd finger over to the 3rd fret on the B string. That would be an A sus4. And another one that you can do from the A chord is take your 3rd finger off altogether. That would be an A sus2 chord. So if you hear those chords, okay, so they're little nice embellishments that you can use, and it's good to try these out, try your own thing, listen to the songs like Bittersweet Symphony, Lucky Man, and hear these little embellishments that, Richard does around these chords. Another good one is on the C chord, is changing to a C major 7 by taking your 1st finger sort of on and off, so that also works on an A minor chord. I know we've talked about a lot of major chords, but on Drugs Don't Work, I know he does that, and he does the same thing on the A minor chord, taking the 1st finger on and off. Okay, another one on the C is adding the little pinky on the 3rd fret, that will be on the top E string, so we get this. Also do that on an F major 7, that sounds quite nice. Exactly the same, taking that 1st finger off, adding that little pinky on the 3rd fret on the top E string. So beautiful chord. This is one that I use a lot in my songwriting. I use it a lot in songs as well. Is a G chord. Now if you do a G with your second, third, little pinky third fret on the top E string, it leaves the first finger free to do this nice little embellishment, putting that on and off the first fret on the B string. And what that gives us is a G sus4. So what we get is, there we go. That's just a few ideas through some basic open chords, which I know a lot of sort of advanced beginners will know, and I just think it makes the chord sound huge. And I know Ashcroft, uses this a lot in songs that he writes. So I hope you all enjoyed that, and I hope it's given you a bit of inspiration. Okay, so thanks very much for watching. I hope you all dug that, and I just find that really inspiring what you can do around a few, basic open chords. I know Richard Ashcroft uses this technique a lot. If you hear a lot of the classic verse songs, classic solo stuff that he does, he tends to use a lot of major chords and sort of uses a lot of these embellishments, and I just think it makes the chord sound huge. Sort of adds another dimension there. So hope you enjoyed it, and I hope that's inspired you as well. I'll just quickly mention it again. Thanks for your continued support. If you are subscribed, thank you very much. If you haven't already, a further way you could help me out is hitting that little notification bell that's somewhere down there, so you get notified every time I post a video up and you can keep up to date. The Patreon thing, sorry to keep banging on about it, but if you want to sign up and get all the notes that you can print off to coincide with a lot of the lessons, as I said in the intro, there's a link to that in the comments, also a link in the description. If you don't want to do that and you'd like to make a small donation, I've got a new feature which is like a little thanks link that's underneath the video there, and you can click on and you can donate as much as you want, as little as you want. It's all very much appreciated, and it tends to go back into these lessons. Another way that you could help me out, as I always say, word of mouth is a powerful thing. So if you dig what I do, please like and share my videos, tell your friends, tell your work colleagues. Anyone plays guitar, please point them in my direction. I really appreciate that. So that just leaves me to say have a great morning, day, night, whenever it is you're watching, and I'll catch you all for lesson very soon. Take care.